Subscribe or they will haunt you. Attractive people of Reddit. What are some negative things that come with being attractive? Compared to being unattractive, which I was, being attractive is great for romance/sex, but annoying in everyday life. Compared to when I was less attractive, it's like everyone wants to talk to me and drag out every conversation as long as possible. I have no idea how to not hurt people who are clearly into me, but I'm not into them. Other guys always feel the need to make little digs at me that they could play off as nothing if there are girls around. That being said, I still vastly prefer it to not being attractive. People are also interested in stuff I say, laugh at my jokes, want me around, trust me, support me, way more than they ever did before I had plastic surgery and worked out like a madman. I still love just walking down the street and cute girls will make eye contact with me and smile and say hi instead of acting like I don't exist. I struggle a lot with dating. I'm a sort of old girl to begin with, so my taste in men skews towards the punk outcast of society types. They never believe I'm genuinely interested or in love with them because they think I've got my shit together. And I can get so much better. I rarely think of people as better or worse than other people, though. Just different from each other. The line of logic doesn't make sense to me. And it's hard to find friends who aren't always feeling like they are in competition with you. I'm super thankful for the ones I have, because they were hard earned. My wife is very attractive, stylish, and very considerate to everybody. Can't tell ya how many times other women have been rude to her, mean, make stupid remarks, etc. And for no other reason we can ascertain other than pure jealousy. All while she has done nothing but be kind and considerate to all. Don't get me wrong. There are way more nice women, great women. But there has been a group of the kind that pop up here and there. She is also very young looking for her age. These same women are nosy, practically strangers, and they think nothing of asking very personal questions. Hey, how old are you? What do you do for work? How many kids you have? etc. Don't consider myself attractive at all, but people think you're stuck up, when really you're just shy. I used to work out in the open amongst a lot of females in a coastal food establishment. The owner would say they say you're handsome. They all just presumed I was either too confident for them and or gay as I never spoke to them. Really I was/am just riddled with social anxiety. Jealous people trying to make other people hate me by spreading lies and guys trying to out-macho me in front of girls. Clown antics. I dated a girl that got insecure and angry when I complimented her sister. Nothing sexual or anything. Her goddamn sister. Good learning experience though. You can be doing your own thing and people can still be offended by you. Insecure but attractive enough to be stared at when just walking through a public place. Constantly eyes on you. Like, is there something on me face? Feeling constantly. Creepy dudes at gas stations. And women looking up and down giving dirty looks like it's a competition or something. Leave me alone. When I feel depressed and tell someone, which is hard, and I get scoffed at by people who don't understand what I have to be depressed about, since being good looking automatically means your life is perfect in their eyes. If you are an attractive straight guy, I highly recommend going to a full-on gay bar just to get a feel for what attractive women go through. Guys constantly checking you out, getting asked out, pestered in a bad way. And that's when most of the guys there can tell you are straight. Straight-dar is probably a thing. Was a bit eye-opening going out with some friends a few times when I was younger. It's kind of flattering but also uncomfortable. Going through it on a constant basis must be exhausting. My experience is people approaching me as a booty call rather than as a girlfriend. Been asked to join a threesome after a great night getting to know a guy at a mutual friend's party. Here I was expecting an invite on a date. When I wear tight clothes/try to dress up for a night out, I definition see that can be portrayed as hypersexualized by my body shape. Unless I wear a maxi dress, where I will then look pregnant, lol. A specific, really weird thing I was blatantly asked was if I'm a lesbian because I have big fake breasts. Like, what the fuck? First of all, why would only lesbians have big boobs? And second of all, they're not fake. And third of all, what the fuck? The condescension, the talking down. If you are good looking, you don't have other skills. Intelligence is for ugly people, or some such nonsense. This treatment could also be due to the gender as well. I don't know if I'm wrong about this, but I'm only saying what I've seen. The more attractive women, the really drop dead gorgeous real looking women just do not get approached. Guys are unwilling to just strike up a conversation with them, and if by chance they do, they fumble over words and act all goofy cause they are nervous as shit. To this day it still blows my mind that one of the most gorgeous women I've ever seen in my life was working at a kiosk in the mall. She was trying to do her job and guys were intimidated by her. When I finally nervously talked to her while seeing something on the kiosk I liked, she was the opposite of what I expected her to be. It's like she didn't even realize how insanely gorgeous she was. Men love you, women hate you, PPL will whistle or catcall at you, but not initiate intelligent conversation but then you'll get hit on constantly in certain places by the yuckiest of men, and PPL make certain remarks on first impressions and proceed to think BC you're pretty, you must also be dumb and pliable. I've heard it all. Men seem to get enchanted by me and fall in love at first sight, but after a while, they realize I'm just a regular person with flaws and lose interest because I'm not the perfect sex goddess they thought I was. Also, insecure mean girls hate on me. My best friend is very attractive. People, especially other women, often automatically assume she is arrogant and that she thinks she is better than everyone. I'm no model, but I'd say I'm fairly attractive, and the worst part is one. Being an attractive cosplayer means I get rape threats a lot, but 2. I get flirted with by older men almost every day at work. I work at a supermarket, where I guess there's a lot of single old men looking for young PPL. Also, when I was a minor, adults would creep on me. It wasn't fun, just scary. Yeah, I worked a few gas stations through college, and it was always the men at least twice my age that were divorced for a reason who hit on me. They refused to take a hint and went out of their ways to be repulsive during every interaction. Racist/sexist/queerphobic/classist comments. Even though I barely did the minimum in etiquette toward them to not be fired. Guys more the age I looked would try to hit on me and more or less accepted the I'm working not flirting rejection. People just assume that everyone must like you and that you're popular. I've been single all my life and still a virgin. Most of my ugly friends already dated, kissed or gotten laid, then they complain about being forever alone and ugly and how I must have huge lines of girls wanting to date me. I don't. Sexual harassment becomes an expected thing. From getting catcalled or a dirty message on Instagram to someone grabbing my booty in a crowded area. Other women get extremely jealous if I'm a little friendly to their man. No, I don't want to have sex with your 40-plus-year-old out of shape husband who looks like he hasn't showered in a week. I just like his denim shirt. People assume I'm dumb. I am, but I don't like the assumption. I've had 2 male roommates confess their love for me. We were just friends. I've given my number to dads for babysitting jobs and all I get is flirty messages. I remember when I lost 100 pounds years back, I noticed tons of people were treating me very different. All the people that would side-eye me from across a room wanted to talk and get to know me. It made me kind of bitter because my personality hadn't changed, but they made fun of my personality when I was fat. People assume I'm dumb. Yup. Female here. Studied biology. Would constantly get people I was getting way better grades than. I'm competitive. I checked, asking if I needed their help. Have also had total strangers say I can't be pretty, nice and smart. This assumption has honestly just put me off talking to people, like, at all. I've been very shy and plagued with anxiety for most of my life, and people have actually perceived that as being stuck up and vain. I'm outwardly cold and unexpressive because I'm terrified of people, not because I think I'm better than. And I've also spent much of my life believing I'm ugly and gross. Attractiveness doesn't equal confidence. as a woman, not being taken seriously, especially in a group of men. Yep, I have a friend who is head turning attractive. She went to Stanford, in a STEM field. She had a group project in a class, and couldn't find anyone who would be in a group with her. When she asked someone why they wouldn't let her in, she was told that they thought she was dumb and wouldn't be able to do the work. They'd never worked with her before. They didn't even know her. There is definitely a point of attractiveness as a woman, where people assume you're so pretty you cannot possibly be smart too. Sometimes it feels like your value as a person becomes rooted in your appearance and having a personality. And experiencing the spectrum of human emotions shatters whatever image of you someone has created in their mind. This, for sure. People love to project. I'll admit that I'm considered attractive, and that the positives outweigh the negatives. But when partners start confronting the reality of my life, I've often been relegated to simply a sex partner, not a partner. Which I understand for some men is the dream, but actually it's not. While I've never had trouble getting laid, I've had more than a few women tell me straight up that I wasn't dating material. Like, I get it, but it gets old, and it's not sustainable. I wouldn't describe myself as a supermodel, but I was a bit of an ugly duckling. Having been on both sides, what I found surprising, at least as a female, is you are hated by far more people, mostly other girls, when you look good than when you didn't. Before people were mean, but it was usually more like occasional passive ashlery. Afterward, however, it was active overt hatred / bullying on a nearly daily basis. Not only did it intensify with the girls that were already mean before, usually popular, but there were suddenly a whole host of ones that were previously friends / in the same social class, and also many that previously didn't seem to even know I existed before. Which is odd,